Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today I decided to show you the results and the couple of the benchmarks that I've said in my previous videos. I have right here open the CPU Z. What I want to mention is I bumped up 100 MHz more to the core clock for the CPU. Right now we have a 3.77 gigahertz, and the timings for the DDR2 RAM is 44412. Yeah, all 5 gigabytes DDR2. Of course, there are different modules here, as I previously explained. Starting from 2 memory slots to the third and the fourth, we actually see that the frequency are different here. So yeah, but the board's still running, and after I removed and reapplied the thermal compound on the node bridge of the on the motherboard right here, the temperature actually didn't improve much. So the also the lag from the games and from the application that I was explained in my last time, it wasn't actually affecting by the heat generated by the heat of the node bridge of the M4's chipset. So yeah, anyway, what is interesting is you probably wonder why I why I'm having right here the 120 and the 90 millimeter is the Arctic cooling coolers. The reason for that is I think my GPU is starting to die. So actually the last days when I was checked, and I was trying to make another benchmark games, the image was simply turned off. The from the monitor actually revived once again. So I'm guessing that the GPU from the chipset from the GPU, the R920X, it started to give me problems again. So even the rebuilding was made correctly. I don't know, just probably is the end of life for the chip. Sometimes the image from the computer actually disappearing here from here. Yeah, for no reason. So what I did was actually install another fan here. This is also the CPU fan, and they actually cooling down this part. So when you're actually trying to run any application of the benchmarks, the heat was actually coming from the VRM from here, and if you touch it here, is very warm. So it is actually helping the PCB to actually be cooled down when you actually try to use it. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do for now. Yeah, and for the hard drives, I found another fan. This is the 80mm, the RAID Max. It also has the RGB, and is connected to the power supply that I'm using here, my best power supply that I possibly had. And actually the hard drive is actually cooled down very nicely right now. So yeah, it's connected for the 12 volts, by the way. Yeah, so the computer actually performing fine, but except that the temps actually improved, but not by much. So anyway, if you intend to actually use a motherboard like this for a long period of time, it is best to actually change the thermal compound, like I said in my third part of the video of the Athlon 245, because you actually it will improve the how should I explain to you, the lifespan of the chipset node bridge. It's very important, really. Yeah, so I'm going to show you the Cinebench R15. I'm trying to show you how the CPU running. Of course, it is ridiculous to try bench this CPU because it's just normal dual core. Is actually it has less performance than the Core 2 Duos, like I said. Yeah. So I want to give you the quick update and live actually, so we can make an idea if the Athlon 245 actually worth your money. What I do recommend is if you have if you can, or if you have laying around the memory sticks that it actually has the 8 gigabytes, you can actually max the DDR2 800 or 1066 if you have, to maximum of 8 gigabytes, because this is the maximum the all DDR2 motherboards actually supported. So of course it's going to help the processor. Yeah, I mean, the higher is the frequency of the memory, let's say like 1066 or 1100 or 1200 megahertz, it will you will see the significant improvement for the entire system. The processor it does work very nicely, even with this overclock. Just think about it, that this CPU has 2.9 and this overclock to 3.77, and it is actually 770 megahertz more, which is very nice for just the Athlon 245. But you can use it for the browsering. What I can tell you is when you try to use it for the YouTube, for the YouTuber, or for the YouTube button, it will bottleneck sometimes, because the two cores are actually fully utilized when you try to use it like that for the full HD. But it does work on fine, at least from what I saw and what I tested so far, the 720p more. So yeah, we can make an idea. I wish I could have the Phenom 2 955 or 965, one of these two processors, so I can test out the games and all the applications that is required for what I need and for my project. But unfortunately, the processors are quite expensive, at least in my area. So for Phenom 955 or 965 is actually 60 or 50 euros. So it's not worth it. You actually, with this kind of money, you can buy another combo with processor, motherboard, and also with RAM. Of course, 2 gigabytes of RAM instead of 4 gigabytes or 5. You can make an idea that and also after the R15, I want to mention something very important that you probably didn't know about this processor, and of course is involving the Phenoms too. Phenom 2 955, 965, yeah, the NEB core actually. Alright. Okay, a little bit more, and the okay, so it's done. So I'm going to show you the result. We have the 42 cores 162. So it's actually below the Core i5 3317U. And yeah, it's actually not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, this is the result for the Cinebench R15. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you want if you want to try the real time, I have installed here the real time. So if you want to try to see on the real time the temperature of your microprocessor, all you have to do is just run these things. So you can run as administrator. It will give you a message error. It actually says the AMD Athlon 245 is detected, but unfortunately it's not supported for this program. Yeah. And now let's talk about the instruction set from here. As you can see right here, we have the all the system SSE instruction set for the CPU. Right here, all I can tell you is this processor is limited right here, only in this area, including the MMX 3D Now Plus and SS3 instruction set. It actually doesn't have the SSE 4.1 like the Intel, the Core 2 Duos and Core 2 Quads. And actually, when you if you have the PS2, let's say if you're having the PS2 emulator and is configured actually correctly, and you have the BIOS and all that and all of the image of the game, and you want to run it, you won't be able to use the SSE 4.1 because you say that the processor is actually limited to only for the SSE 3. The same thing actually goes for the Phenom 2 955, 965, and so on, probably 1090T or 1100T. I haven't checked that because the hexa-core processor, because I don't have it, and right now they're still very expensive. So yeah, this is something that this is what I wanted to show you, and before I ending this video, and maybe probably I'll be making some of the other tests that is required if you wish to see. I want to talk something about the motherboard. In my last video, I was telling you that I'm having the P5V motherboard for the GA-M720 that I was trying to use. This motherboard right here, it had a problem with the south bridge. It has a short right here. I also explained that I actually identified some of the problems, and I've changed one of the VRM phases from here, the VRM regulators, pardon, not phases, and one of these was actually defective, and the motherboard actually started, and when I would try to use it, when I was in the BIOS, it actually crashed, and I couldn't do anything. So what exactly happened? It actually didn't have any short. If you look closely, it doesn't have any short on the motherboard. But the problem is, there's nothing burned here. That's why I'm trying to give you an angle so you can see exactly. It's not just the south bridge that was that actually replaced. It's something else. It also has a problem with the north bridge. So the north bridge chip is actually faulty. So in order to fix that, you can also order the chipset replacement from the AliExpress or other place from other websites, of course, and you can actually replace that. But the engineer, when I asked if he actually worth it, he said the repairing actually not worth it because the motherboard is very old motherboard, and the replacement chipset for this P5B actually cost me like 80 euros or 85. So yeah. So right now I'm stuck with this motherboard. I won't be using it anymore because despite the fact that it actually looks very nice, and all the components and also some of the capacitors from here, they're really in very good shape, I won't be able to use it because of the north bridge. Yeah, this is the heatsink that was here on the south bridge, and yeah, what can I say? I will make another project. I was thinking about the Gigabyte. I also found that the Gigabyte P35 DS4 is actually also a great motherboard and with a lot of options and all of that. And probably I'll be using that with the Core 2 Quad 8200 maybe in the near future. Yeah. And now at the end of the video, I want to show you the games. I'm having here the GTA 5. I did show you. I do remember that I showed you these games, but I wanted to show you the Fallout 4 because I haven't had the pleasure to last time to actually give you a quick view. It does run, but not very well. You cannot actually adjust the resolution and all of that. I also looked in the settings and I couldn't find any, but probably it's just my mistake. And now we're going to go to the in Windows again, so we can start the MS Afterburner that we have right here. And in this way, we're going to see the fraps and how the GPU is actually fully utilized. I'm going to put this motherboard aside. And we have the 16 locked. Of course, I'm not going to be able to play this game because for me it actually looks strange, but I know this is quite interesting and entertaining, of course, at the same time. Okay, so we see, as you can see here, we do have the 40% utilizing of the GPU is 1020 megahertz, and the movement is very nice so far. Of course, this is the wrong way. I have to use the other side. Okay, we have the doggy with us. I choose the character female because I thought there would be different than having a male character. I just feel like it, you know. So we do have the 60 FPS, but it will drop to 30, or sometimes when I'm exiting the building, it will drop to 30 or 28 sometimes. Yeah, so you can make an idea how it does. We have the temps of the processor and the how it's actually utilized right here. And yeah, so this is quite about it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for other videos because I'll be posting more. This week I will try to build another system and show you a couple of the things that I made here. Thank you for watching once again, and thank you to all my subscribers so far. Bye.